Okay, hello. This is the third deck tech of Commander Legends. How we're gonna do? We're gonna do the turtle this time. So the turtle pretty much just says is whenever a permanent enters the battlefield, enters pretty much exactly the same as Archelos is currently. So if something enters tapped, but Archelos is untapped, it enters untapped instead. Or if something would enter untapped and Archelos happens to be tapped, enters battlefield tapped. It's pretty fun. We're going to pretty much take advantage of the second ability because I don't want to play stacks deck. So if you really want to be mean, you could like attack each turn to make it tapped because I don't really have much other stuff in the deck that really take advantage of that. So here's the deck list. So we got mostly creatures, but some other stuff. In this deck, we're gonna take advantage of cards like Bayan Veil that pretty much do something that doesn't really matter, but we can end up playing them like a basic land because they enter the battlefield untapped. So they're pretty good. So we're just gonna go down all these creatures that some of them are just tapped and also be lands. So we're just gonna go down. AC is pretty much just another one of those that just lets you draw a whole bunch of cards. A lot of card advantage, very good. RX Smith is really good because it pretty much just costs 2 mana for a land. That's really good because it also taps for 2. We got Azusa to play extra lands, Courser of Krufix for some good lands drops and stuff. Dreamscape Artist gives us a whole lot of lands that enter untapped. Dryad lets us play additional lands. This also lets us play additional lands. We get to swap out our lands, get extra land drops. Fertilid lets us ramp really easy. Eden Crowd mills. Itamami gets a whole bunch of different stuff. It's really, really powerful. Lets our big stuff have Cascade so we can go over and over and just Cascade's really fun. Kazandu Mammoth can be really big because we're playing a whole bunch of lands, or it could just be a basic forest. We got Kadama of the East Tree. This card's really good because pretty much whenever you play something, you have to put something from your hand onto the battlefield that costs less. So that pretty much means or equal. So if we play a land, then we can play an additional land for free. It's really good. It's very fun commander. I'm going to definitely make a commander deck off of that. Lotus Cobra gives us some nice ramp. This helps us take advantage of all the lands that we're putting in, so we get extra bonuses. Mudratha lets us play stuff from a graveyard. Multani, really good because we're going to have a whole lot of lands all over the place. Obnixus gets to let us make them lose a whole bunch of life, make it really big. Ornreath Hydra gets really big because a whole bunch of lands. Patron of the Moon, really good because we got to put 2 land cards from our hand onto the battlefield, which is really powerful. Rampaging Balos gives us a whole bunch of tokens. Royal Elemental is just such an idiot card that lets us take everything that they have. Rootweaver Druid helps us get a whole lot of lands in. Ruin Crab's also really good because we get to mill them a lot. Secure Tribelder helps us ramp really easy. Scare Tiller ramps us. Scoot Swarm makes a whole bunch of tokens. This guy, oh, it's the wrong printing. Pretty much what it does is it lets us do some shenanigans when we return it to our hand. I think this one just happens to draw us a card. We got Spore Mound, gives us a whole bunch of tokens. We got this Druid, which ramps us a whole bunch. Sylvan Safekeeper helps us be able to use our lands to the highest extent. Helps us sacrifice stuff to give our stuff shrouds so they don't die. This is just another land that could end up ramping us. Tatiova is just like the other card at the beginning that lets us draw a whole bunch of cards. Girog Monster is really powerful because it draws us a bunch of cards. Tireless Tracker draws us some cards. Undergrowth Champion also gets really big and is a really powerful creature. Alright, so we also have a whole bunch of sorceries and instants. We got Binyan Veal, which is pretty much just a island, crop rotation, pretty much a swamp, but it's also a destruction spell. Harrow, pretty much just an island, pretty much just a forest, pretty much just a swamp. Roiling Growth, it's really good landfall. Pretty much an island. really powerful draw card because we're probably going to return some lands to get extra bonuses. We got Games Awakenings, pretty good, and if other stuff fails, we just have it as a swamp. We got Belaged, which is pretty much just a forest. Collective Voyage ramps us a whole bunch. Compulsive Research, we'll probably end up discarding a land. Farseek ramps us a whole bunch. Growth Spasm ramps us a bunch. Nissa's Pilgrimage, really good card, ramps us a whole bunch. We also got some other. We got pretty much Swamp, Ramp, pretty much gives us like all the lands that we would ever need. Pretty much gives all the lands we would ever need. Island, Splendid Reclamation, just really good because we get a whole bunch of lands that were already in our graveyard, so we just get them all back. Pretty much just forest. Artifacts, we got a whole bunch of really powerful lands all shoved into one artifact, really fun. Then we got a whole bunch of lands. None of them do anything really crazy. They're just all really good with the deck because they all enter untapped. Scroll through so you can look at them. Guildless Commons and Bounce lands are really powerful. Probably the best land is Lotus Field because what we can do is we can have let's just say we have 2 basics on. We tap those 2 basics for mana, we play this down, then we tap this for 3 mana. So we just generated 5 mana just playing land. Pretty fun. We got some depletion lands and some other fun stuff. Then we also got some enchantments. We got abundance. We got influence so that we can discard lands that we don't need. We got some nice landfall enchantments. We got some more landfall enchantments. We got some stuff that lets us play some additional lands. Seed land's really good because we get a whole bunch of tokens. Titan's Nest is really, really powerful. We could just exile stuff from our graveyard and get a lot of colorless mana. And we got Trade Routes, which is really powerful. We get to draw a whole bunch of cards. And Zendkar's Royal, which creates this whole bunch of tokens. We also got Nissa. Nissa's pretty underplayed cards, pretty powerful. It lets us put creatures with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands we control hand on the battlefield, but we also get it 2 bigger. Okay, so that's the deck. Hope you like it. We're going to do a playtest of it so you get the gist of how games would go out. By the way, this is not a budget deck. It is incredibly expensive at $308.25. There are some upgrades you can make to it to make it a little cheaper. Pretty much just take out a whole bunch of the lands that are pretty much just spells if we need them. Okay, we're going to keep this. Turn 1, we play this as the tapped land. We're going to play this as tapped. Actually, we're going to play Simic Growth Chamber tapped, return this to our hand. We're going to untap. We're going to play this under the battlefield tapped. Draw. We're going to play this flipped. Pretty much just dead turns until we get our turtle in. Okay, next turn, we play our commander. Commander's not coming in because it's lagging, but that's okay. Pretty much what it does is it lets all of our stuff enter untapped. Okay, then we're going to play very nice Haven Battleground. We're going to sacrifice it, and we're going to play Secure Tribe Elder. We're then going to sacrifice Secure Tribe Elder to search my library for a basic land card and put that into play tapped. So we're just going to search our library. And we're just going to get first basic that we get. Sure, Island. So we return Island in, and it enters untapped. We draw. We play another Island. We're going to play Gitrog Monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much, we get to play a whole bunch of additional lands, and we get to draw some cards. Okay, upkeep where we sacrifice our island. We get to draw a card. We're then going to play our Mammoth as the flipped version, and we're going to play very nice. Let's play the Elemental. Okay, so now there are elementals in. We can pretty much just take the best creature whenever we play a land, draw a card. We're going to sacrifice our Kazuma to draw an additional card. You get to untap everything. You get to play Manascape Refractor. Then we're going to tap it for our Simic Growth Chamber, so 2 mana. We get to play an additional. We're going to do Rites of Flourishing. We're also going to go the next turn. We draw a card. We untap. You draw an additional card by Rites of Flourishing. You sacrifice an island because of Gitrog Monster. We draw a card because of Gitrog Monster. Then we're going to play Ebon Stronghold and Karuga Mauling. All these were taking control of their creatures as long as we have this. I'll just flip that. And then we're going to tap sacrifices for 2 black, and since the Gitrog Monster says wherever one or more lands would be put in the grave for anywhere, we've got to draw a card, so we draw a card. We have 2 black mana in our mana pool. We also get to play an additional land, so we're going to play this. We're also going to take their creatures, flip this, where we can play this guy, and the deck's pretty fun. Highly suggest this deck. It's really fun. If you like this video or you like decks like this, or you have any suggestions for any decks, make sure you like this video and post a suggestion for the next Commander Legends deck tech in the comments below. Goodbye.